Proctor back again with another video, and this is going to be, I don't even know what number, maybe 4 of my action pose something series. Yeah, one of those days, one of those mornings. So I decided to go ahead and draw a woman today, and this is more of a crouching position. This is kind of like if she dropped down from the ceiling, or if she's crouched down just before she attacked you. And yeah, I thought I'd go ahead and do a couple women just to, so people won't say, oh, you don't do women. I do them, but and you'll see my mistakes and my triumphs in the video. So, okay, I'm touching it. And as I say, this is the end result at the beginning, and you see how it comes about. So, without further ado, let's get drawing. Okay, I thought I would do a woman today because I didn't want to get too far into doing too many men and somebody say, when you gonna do a woman? So, as I say in all of them, first thing you want to do, you want to kind of get visually imagine the drawing that you want. Then you want to do a rough. So this is going to be more of a crouching woman, almost like that Iron Man stand that made the whole thing famous. So more like you would see like Cheetah or somebody, some jungle type person, woman doing, even I guess Spider-Man would even do something like this, but this is going to be a woman. And just kind of rough it. Like so. And put the head, and as I was saying in the other videos, it depends on how you drop the head. I could have the head down here. That's a way crouching position. Way crouching position, is that a word? Deep crouching position, or I could put the head up more. That's kind of like she might be saying like, hello, I'm here. The other one would be down, would be more of an attack. I just drop my head down, so I'm about to attack you. And then you can have a third one where the head is even higher up. And that really, I'm not gonna say that doesn't have much action to it if you put the head higher up. That's more of a curious to me. It's more like I'm crouched down, but I'm curious about something. Even with this, to me, it looks like that person would be looking up. Like, what's going on? Kind of like that. So I'll bring the head down somewhere between this one and this line. So just little shifts in drawings can change the attitude, shall we say, can change the mood, can change the intensity of a drawing. So I'll say somewhere between I'm here and I'm about to attack kind of position. And then let's say we got the hand on the floor. And this is one thing you have to do, is you have to watch how long the arm becomes when you do this. But in order for the hand to reach, let's say, let me draw this feet back here without coming off. So I draw the feet. So the feet are going to be somewhere back here. And this one, let's say, right here. Yeah, kind of like that. So let's go with that. And as I was saying, you want to watch how long this arm is going to be able to reach the ground. So in order to compensate for that, you'd have to twist the shoulder even more, like that. And then again, since she is leaning forward, you will have that triangle again, that diamond. I don't know why I keep calling it a triangle, that diamond. And then the delt. And because she's twisting in front of her, you will have that delt. Now the difference between a woman and a man is you won't have all these extra lumps. So the key to doing a woman is basically to get the shape right without adding a ton of muscles. And one thing I say in all of my videos, A lot of times it doesn't matter if you're putting clothes on the person, if you get these key shapes right, but it's good to know so that when you do draw, let's say you're drawing a Wonder Woman and she doesn't have a lot of clothes on, that you get the shapes right. I don't want to twist her anymore, so I will just stop and I will bring that hand. Since I have no indication, this is the floor right here. This would be the floor, or the floor could be way back here, but this is where her feet are going to be hitting. So the floor is going to come all the way here. So there's really no indication that the floor is here or back here. So I will use this. I will bring this up a little bit more in order to not bring her shoulder down too far and make that arm too long. It's a little long to me, but women do have long arms because they're slim. Yeah, Brian, is that just a cop out? Not really. And you don't want their shoulders to be as wide. So let me bring this in a little bit more. And it's hard when you start drawing more men and you don't draw women, it gets kind of hard to get away from it. Drawing the man proportions. So the triangle is here. The triangle, the point of the diamond is here. So her body's going to be twisted and it's going to go down like that. So the arm is here. So the chest is going to be round like so. And it's going to be somewhere like this. Now, realistically, because a woman's breasts are, I don't want to say floppy, they would actually, in real life, they would come down like this. They would come straight down because they're heavy. But that's a better word. Floppy. That's a better word for it. They would come down like that. But in comics, they have to be firm. Yeah, I don't want to say hard, firm, so that they won't be floppy. Floppy. I'm gonna get some comments on that one. And as I said before, if you see the triangle, then this is all one piece. I'm going to shorten this triangle here because I don't want her shoulders to be so big. Triangle, diamond, what is with me in these shapes? I'm going back to elementary school. Like that. Okay, so this is the stomach, so you won't see much of that because it's going to go down. So the hips will be up here somewhere. And then you have your legs. Like that. And I'm going to have to find a way to screenshot, a different type of screenshot, because YouTube starts to trip when you put naked drawings up and won't give you any money. They won't let you, what is that called? I can't think of what that's called. Monitorize, because they say it's against whatever. So yeah, I can't put this up. Once it's finished, I won't be able to put it up in its finished form. I might have to cover her with some clothes or something, and that's not what I really started out to do. Started out just to draw and show you guys without dressing her. And anytime you crouch, your feet will be actually hitting your buttocks. So if her buttocks are like right here, her feet or her heels are going to hit that part because you're sitting on that. And again, as I say, you want to watch how far your legs come out. And again, it's basically the shape of the woman. It's not muscular. It's got to be more smoother with good curves and some type of muscles. calves. This foot would probably go back a little bit more. Somewhat like that. And developing the shapes is just practice. You buy some figures or something, or basically study books with women, and then see what you have. We'll see what it is. I'm in mid-thought here. I'm trying to think and see and make sure this is all right. Okay, so this leg's gonna come up. Yeah, I don't want to give it too much hip. Like that. So let's draw this arm going back. And because it is behind her, you're not going to see that full bicep. And always do the point. And I stop the wrist there because I don't want it to be too long. Let me look at this. Let's give her some neck. But the neck is going to stop here. So you won't see that neck here. Let me see the little shoulder. Just a little bit of arm here. I don't want it to be completely weak and helpless, because that is up. It's going to be scrunched up a little bit. And this, just a little point here indicating where the bicep ends. Let me put it back in camera range and see. Now I'm drawing a man here with this forearm. Cut it down a little bit like that. You still want to keep the shape, but you don't want it bulky like a man. Like these shoulders could be less lumpy and more curvy. But she is a powerful woman. I can drop them down a little bit. Maybe bring this in just a little tiny bit. It's going to go here. So you'll see this curve, which will actually come down more. So it would go like this behind her head. Coming down and into the breast. This one would be here. Curve here. Rib cage. Leg curves out here at the buttocks, the hip. So let's change this. Drop these pencils, which are getting in my way. Since I started in red, let's do red again. There you go. And I don't know if I want to go with a fist on this one. Since it's a woman, I'll show you how to do a hand. You chop it off at the wrist. You have this almost like you're doing a, what is that shape? That shape. Instead of doing that, you can actually do that. But just take, did I just forget how I'm drawing this and curve out like that? You almost forgot. So I guess if you were doing, and I try to find shapes, the best shapes to make it easy for me and other people. If you were doing that, which is an upside down triangle, and you would just cut it here for the wrist. And I think I might have taught that. Then you have this piece here minus the fingers. I don't know if you can see that or not. So from here, you could just come and you can curve your thumb around like that. And then this one could be your first finger, second finger, third finger. I usually don't do 4 fingers. I think I said that in a video. And of course, it's going to come like this. Where's your second? This is your second finger. Your third one will be behind that, and maybe your fourth. But when you do that, you have to see the palm. So that's an easy way to draw a hand, especially if the hand is not the main focus and it's way in the background. Nobody's really going to check to see, you know, if it's perfect or not. Especially if you're doing comics and the page is going to be shrunk anyway. And I think that hand is turning out a little bit too big anyway. So it is, and that's kind of, I'm gonna have to aim that hand up. Like her wrist is broken. And this is why I don't really sketch in red. Red is hard to erase. I sketch in the blue, and then I'll do my finish lines in the red. So why are you using it? I don't know. I feel like my lamp is just getting in the way. It's not in focus, but it's just getting in the way. I have a drawing lamp right here. To me, it's like close and in my way. That still might be too big for me, but since it's in the back, it's not overly big. One more time. I might just cut it and draw it because I don't want to film for another 30 minutes, which I kept doing, trying to go for at least a 15-minute video, but teaching is everything, so. That's a little better. And I'll throw the other finger up high, close. The third one down low. I'm not going to put all 4. I'm just not going to do it. Just the 3 is enough for me. And the palm, thumb, and your palm comes up, and then it connects with the wrist. So, as I say, you don't want to have too many lines for a woman. Not too many. It's the shape that makes it. Now I'm stuck with this red line in her face. It's all right. That's okay. Let's see. And I will drop her head down because let's say she dropped from the ceiling. So her head is going to drop down just a little bit. Now it's at an angle. If I want it straight up and down, I'll just leave it as is. As I said, I want to keep doing videos. And then usually with a woman's face, you know, I say I'll do the man like this, and then I said that in my last video, not this video. And then do the rectangle. Slow down, Brian. Do the rectangle for the head. Let's start again. Do the rectangle for the head. When placing a head on a man, do the chin and then come up like that for the jawbone and then round it off. That's an easy way to do a man's face, and then you have it always not lopsided. Now for a woman, I'll do that, the V, then I'll do the circle, and then I can round it off later on if need be. It's like old anime style, the V for the chin. Yeah, so anyway, we'll keep it ahead. Might bring it down a little bit more. Use my red now. Like that. As I said, the neck won't come further than the jawbone because she's a woman. Like that. Like that. And I think that, no, that's not going to do it because I need the hands. Again, you don't want to get too too far out. With the hands. The fingers, because your hands it will become too long. And we'll deal with that. The feet are kind of good. This one is up forward a little bit more, but that's okay because this knee is up a little further, so the foot will work that way. I'll bring it, chop it off some, like that. And then I think that one will work, but as I say, for the screenshot, I have to cover her up so that YouTube won't trip on me. Let me ink this and see what I got. But it's not going to be much detail because, as I say, a woman, you don't want a lot of lines for muscles. So let me ink this and then we'll see what I have. Okay, so she started to get muscular in the end because I started adding just these extra little lines, and that's okay if you want the muscle bound woman, but to me, if I didn't, it would just look too plain if I didn't add a few just touches here and there. So she's just a muscular type woman, and I made the head bigger, but by using this brush pen, and this is the Faber-Castell or Faber-Castell brush pen. I like these, but I don't use these to ink. I only use these to fill in spaces because the tips wear out after a while. I don't know if you can see that. So I use, and I shouldn't have done a thick line for a woman. Are you making excuses, Brian? No, I'm just saying. So yeah, that's my only complaint would be her head, is that I did make it bigger because it was too small. A woman's head is more bigger than her body, and that by making a bigger head, it shrinks the body down automatically. So that's why I made the bigger head. But as I say, I don't really ink with these. I'm just doing an outline to make it look thicker. But for the woman, I could have just left it as it was, but yeah. So other than that, I'll sign this and I'll see you guys later. And the reason why I do these little lines is because I'm so used to drawing men and just adding muscle definition to it. So yeah, that's why I did that. And yeah, so for the what is that? The little screenshot, I'm probably gonna have to cover her so that YouTube don't freak out. So this is the final product. I'll probably erase the face. I was just seeing the face would be up or down, tilted up or down. So yeah, without me rambling anymore, I will let this go. I'm not gonna add any shading to it. So I will see you guys in another video. Subscribe.